Hello, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be showcasing the next list of renders that I made in MecaBricks. Now, I actually have a fair warning about them, but I'll post that in the description, and I'll just go ahead and get to it so that way you guys can just kind of just like have me get straight to the point. But overall, about the fair warning about the renders, that'll be in the description below. But anyway, let's get started. So, first up, we have episode 3 Anakin, and I have changed this from previous videos, most notably in like the hair. But either way, the overall thing that I did for compared to the official one is that I gave him a custom face, custom arm printing, particularly for the right arm, a custom torso, and custom legs. So I'm sure that it's easy to see that he has dual molded legs, but it may not be easy to see what changes I did to the torso due to the lighting and the angle. So I'm gonna zoom it in so that you guys can see. Now I'm sure that you guys can see that I actually. So here's the thing: Lego just made his both of his inner tunics just the same shade of brown, but that wasn't the case in the movie. So I made his inner tunics two different colors, one being like a brown color and the other being like a lighter brown. And there's also arm printing. Regarding the face, it's actually the 2018 Clone Wars Anakin face, but I just removed the pilot headgear from both sides, and I added the 2000 or replaced the 2020 scar with the 2012 scar and colored it red, since I think the 2012 scar is more accurate. And as I said, I colored it red as opposed to leaving a dark tan because that's the accurate color. And about the hair, it's not really custom since you can't make custom hair in MecaBricks, in at least not technically. But what I did is that I duplicated the hair piece, like the regular Anakin hair piece, and adjusted its like angle and position so that way it looks as if his hair is longer, and it looks a lot more believable than what I previously presented in videos. This next one is just a cape version of that one, which this also gives you a look at what the arm printing fully looks like. Now, the overall thing is that I've noticed some weird thing in like the Lego Star Wars games with the Lego Star Wars figures. So it's like, yes, they have capes, that's cool, but it's like whenever they put the actual hoods on, it's like, where are they coming from? You can see them in the movies. So I figured that I would do this. I gave him a cape, of course, but I added like the neck hood attachment and adjusted its angle and position so that way it looks as if his hood is like attached to the cape as it should be. So that's how that looks. Next up, we have Sith Anakin. And even though I'm sure it's blatantly obvious, it's the same model as the previous one, like the regular episode 3 Anakin. The only thing that I changed was that I made this have the 2020 face, but I included the 2012 eyeshadow as well as the custom scar that I did from the other one and I did that for both sides of this face. And here's the cape version of that. Now, here's the thing. I never presented or had a render, or even created that for that matter, a model of Sith Anakin having a red lightsaber, because unlike Charred Anakin, who is basically portrayed only with a lightsaber in Lego media, I didn't really feel as if there was much point in doing so with this one having a red lightsaber. However, at the beginning of September this year, I actually found out that in one of the original drafts for Revenge of the Sith, Anakin was actually supposed to get a red lightsaber crystal and use a red lightsaber at some point before or after Order 66, I don't remember. And in fact, most of the concept art for the Battle of Mustafar has him with the red lightsaber, so I figured that I would showcase this as an alternate render, which I think it looks pretty cool. And next we have Charred Anakin. From previous videos, I did change a few things. For one, I did make his robotic arm, hand, and legs a chrome color this time as opposed to metal like how I did in previous videos. And I also changed his face a little bit. Well, not changed, I just added more. I added a little more damage, and I changed some of the scars to black. And here is the, usual alternate one with the red lightsaber I see. But I guess I can go into more details this time. The overall reason why I made a render of Charred Anakin with the blue lightsaber in the first place is because of the Skywalker saga, which I'm pretty sure is the only Lego media thing. Like regardless if that's real life or a game or not, I'm pretty sure it's the only time Lego Charred Anakin is portrayed with the blue lightsaber, because any other time he always has a red lightsaber. But the reason why I give him a red lightsaber is because that's the norm for him. Two, it makes sense considering how Anakin was already pretty much fully connected to the dark side at that time. And three, the thing that I discovered with Anakin at the beginning of September, with him originally having a red lightsaber, that just enhanced my reasoning for making this. And here we have Episode 3 Darth Vader. Now, about the arms, well, before I get to the arms, the custom head that you can't see, even though I'm pretty sure I showed it in previous videos, it's the exact same as the charred Anakin head, just with black eyes. Now, the things that I customize here, other than that, are the arms, which in that his arms, like the shoulder printing, I'm pretty sure we all know how that printing looks in real life. I filled in the gaps for this one to better match episode 3, since they didn't really have them in episode 3. And I also changed his torso to include more details, like the chain around his neck, the little details in the middle of his upper chest armor, and I also color corrected and added more detail to his button chest plate, among other things. And here is Clone Wars Darth Vader. This uses the same head as the same custom chart Anakin had as my episode 3 one. Now this one basically just uses the regular official arms, because I think that's how they looked in that. And I used the same torso that I used for my Obi-Wan Kenobi variant, but I added the robe over the shoulder printing custom printing that I had from my Rogue One episode 4 variations. And I also edited the red eyes onto him through Ibis Paint X. And this is Obi-Wan Kenobi Vader. Uh, okay, so here's the thing. I actually didn't notice this until June, but basically in everything except for Revenge of the Sith, Clone Wars, and A New Hope, he has like, so the armor printing, or like the armor on his shoulder, it's black and not gray. And that's the case in basically everything except Revenge of the Sith, A New Hope, and Clone Wars. So that's what I did. I mean, it may be hard to see, but you'll probably get a better look of it in one of the later images. So this has a custom torso that I used to better reflect his appearance in my own Kenobi, and I also added red eyes onto this one. So for now, the head that I'm using for this one is the official burnt Anakin head, because of reasons. But yeah, that's what I'm using for now. And here's Rogue One Vader. This has the same arms as the Obi-Wan Kenobi one, as well as the same, not custom helmet, just like helmet and like the edited red eyes. But I gave him a custom torso to match Rogue One, and the head that I gave him is a custom Episode 6 Unmasked Vader head, which is what the next few versions have as well. Here's Episode 4 Vader. Which I didn't have to change too much from this one, from the Rogue One variation. All I did was just change a few aspects from the torso. And here's Episode 5 Vader. This one, oh yeah, hang on a second. This one also has the regular arms, just like the Clone Wars, just like my custom Clone Wars Vader. But this one is Episode 5 Vader, and same basic design as my custom Episode 3 and Obi-Wan Kenobi ones, just adjusted some things on the torso and reused the arms from the Obi-Wan Kenobi variant, and of course gave him the signature blue button that he has in that. Okay, so Darth Vader's armor changed very little from Empire Strikes Back to Return of the Jedi, and the only real difference was the fact that the upper chest armor in Return of the Jedi was slightly bigger and longer than how it was in The Empire Strikes Back. So that's kind of what I did here. What I did is that I mixed the 2015 torso with the 2020 torso and my own customs, because the 2015 torso has like the bigger upper chest piece, so that's what I did. So I combined that with the 2020 torso and my own customs, and of course reused the custom arms and legs from like the other ones like that. And here we have custom Lando, episode 5. I made a custom face first and foremost, and somehow the original Lego Lando figure from 2003 had a more accurate belt than the latest version, like a more accurate belt print than the latest version. So I took assets from that one but updated it to be more custom and modern looking. And I also changed his pants because just like young Han Solo, I only noticed recently that, so just like how young Han Solo actually had dark blue pants in Solo, I only noticed recently that Lando's pants were actually a dark blue color and not black. So I did that, and I also gave him short black boots. And here is Lando in Han's clothes. I mostly just reused the same torso from my custom Yavin ceremony Han, but I updated it to not only be more like well, not only to have Lando's skin tone, of course, but also to have, well, also to match more what he had in the movie, like especially in terms of the shirt. And I also gave him like custom legs. Now they're the same legs that I used for my custom episode 4 Han. I just removed the stripes and the boots and gave him short black boots because that's what he had. And here's a custom young Boba Fett. There wasn't too much that had to be done to this, but I'm pretty sure, as most of you noticed, the most significant change here is the skin tone because Lego chose an inaccurate one. And I also customized his torso slightly by giving like dark blue accents on his belt, as well as new molded legs, and a better looking hairpiece in dark brown. So this shows off what the custom Anakin heads look like. The first two have been shown, but the third one, that's actually, I made the face, yes, but I haven't gotten the chance to use it because I've wanted to use it. So I haven't made a custom hooded Anakin yet because I want them to add the 2020 hood piece, as to which they have not. So I'm going to use this one for that, as well as the Mustafar burning scene. That's what this one is supposed to represent. Like when he was like, when he had the yellow eyes during Order 66, and like when he got chopped up and right before he burned. And the next slide shows the other sides of all three of the custom faces I made. So you have just Anakin, you have Sith Anakin, and you have I Hate You. And this next page shows you, well, these are only the left arms, but still, this shows you what my custom episode 3 Anakin arms look like, and and this one right here, the one that has the darker arm printing, this is the one that I use for my custom Obi-Wan Kenobi, Rogue One, episode 5 and 6 Vaders. And here we have the custom episode 3 Darth Vader and Rogue One to episode 6 Vader heads that I made. Both are custom, and that's that. So thank you for watching, and as I said, the fair warning that I had at the beginning, that'll be in the description, and if there were things that I forgot to say, I'll also post those in the description. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment your favorite one or other things, and subscribe.